He can't hear me.
He will.
Okay.
Stand by, Lisa.
Okay. Oh, hey everybody. Hey everybody. This is Lisa Wright Bryant, and I'm president of the Westchester University Alumni Association. I was preparing because you know what today is. Today is Strike Up the Band edition of Ramblings Live. Thank you all for joining us. And for you lums out there, please tell us what your names are and where you are. I don't want to say calling from because where you're tuning in from. But I am so excited because we are going to have a great time with our band director. So today, joining us this afternoon, is a face all WCU grads are likely familiar with. Dr. Andrew Yazviak is the director of bands of Westchester University. He is also an alum. Rams up. He graduated from WCU in 1991 with a Bachelor of Science in Music Education. Also with us today is Adam Gumble. He is the Director of Athletic Bands and also a proud WCU alum. He graduated from WCU in 2005 with a Bachelor's in Music Education. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. And he earned his master's in music from WCU in 2016. So please, all of you Golden Rams, welcome our band directors. Woo! Rams up. All right, Adam, I need to see the Rams up. Before I go on, your Rams up. Can you hear me, Adam?
I can't. I can't hear anything. I'm so pumped to be here. If you can hear me, that's great. I can't. Yeah, but I will Rams up. My Rams are always up. So keep it coming. Maybe Yo's can translate for me. I can hear Yo's.
Oh, you can.
I can hear you, man. I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on. It's my basement or something.
I tell you what. This is what we're going to do. Dr. Yos, can I call you Dr. Yos?
Absolutely. Everyone does.
Okay. So Dr. Yos, I'm going to ask you a question, and then you in turn are going to answer and ask Adam. Does that work for you?
You got it.
All righty. And before we go on, we're going to have Rami. Rami is going to be a part of this conversation today.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Yos, everyone knows that you're a proud alum, and I want to say thank you for both of you being on the show today. So you were a Westchester University graduate, but what brought you to Westchester University?
Yeah, it was, quite honestly, the school's reputation. When I graduated from high school in June of 1987, I walked across the stage and they announced Andrew Yazviak, who will be attending the University of Scranton to major in pre-med in the fall. And sometime between that day and a couple weeks later, I just had this feeling. I hadn't even auditioned anywhere as a music major, but I was like, this isn't right. I should really be doing something else. And my music teacher said, well, you got to check this place out. Never even heard of the school. Took a ride down and talked to some good people in the music department and admissions, and the rest was a real fun-filled and exciting 4 years.
Okay. All right. Now, if you can be my co-host and you ask Adam the same question for me.
Yeah. So, Adam, the question is, what brought you to Dub C?
Yeah, my story is fairly similar to what Yost was talking about. I was not planning on being a music educator all the way up until about April of my senior year, and then my parents just knew that you know, what I really loved to do was be part of the band. That was really what had helped to codify my identity, where I really felt
Yes.
comfortable and safe, and felt like I was becoming a better person. And that really, you know, that propelled me toward wanting to do the same kind of thing for others. You know, that my band directors had done for me. I don't know if people know this, but Yo's was actually my middle school band director and high school associate band director at Pocono Mountain High School. So he actually had a lot to do with me looking into Westchester because you know, I looked up to him, still do, you know, but he was really a guiding light for me during those formative years. And knowing that he went to Westchester, my older brother had also gone to Westchester University for music education, so it seemed
Oh,
like the place to be, and it still is, baby. Rams up.
I you know, I love the story, and I can't wait until Adam can hear me because Dr. Yost, I have that same story. The reason why I went to Westchester was because my music teacher, when I was in the second grade, she didn't even encourage me to go. It was just who she was.
Hmm.
And I said, you know what? I want to be a music teacher just like Mrs. Mina. And the rest is history. I had never set foot on Westchester's campus, but I knew that, first of all, I love music. I wanted to be just like her.
Yeah.
So you never know whose life you're changing just by being you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So thank you so much.
We're lucky.
Yeah.
They say in our
So
business that music has chosen us, and we're very lucky for it.
yes, yes. It's like the Force from Star Wars.
That's right. She said it's like the Force, Adam.
Absolutely, yes. It binds us together.
Yes. Glenn, class of 1985, is viewing from Reading. Glenn rams up because you and I were probably classmates. So, yes, go Glenn. Go Glenn. Question for both of you. When you attended Westchester, did you stay on campus or did you stay off campus?
I split
Dr.
time.
Yost?
Yeah, I split time. The first 2 years I was here, I lived in the dorms. So I lived in McCarthy Hall, which is now where the business center is. But that was an international dorm at the time. And my freshman year roommate, foreign exchange student from Puerto Rico, Ponce, Iram Adornado. And we had some great times in McCarthy Hall. In the second year, I lived with some friends in Tyson. And then the
Okay.
last 2 years, I spent time on Walnut Street and up the road on Gay Street with some great friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I started out in Schmidt Hall, 401 Schmidt, fourth
All
floor.
right.
We had the third floor had LAN, so we actually ran the LAN cable out the fourth floor window down to the third floor. So we had high speed internet, and we're the toast of the fourth floor. We made a deal with the ladies on the third floor that we could kind of sneak in there, which was great. We had the LAN cable out the window. You could see it driving by. It was pretty hilarious. Moved in. Oh, and I lived with Tim Reike, who man, if he was on this call, that'd be something else. He's a band
Shout
director
out to Tim.
in Penn Argyl, the Penn Argyl school districts.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we lived together for 2 years. Actually, we lived in Schmidt for the first year. We moved over to Tyson for year two, and then I got an apartment off campus up on Marshall Street for the third and fourth years.
Wow. So, question for both of you. Now, Dr. Yost, you know your job.
I got
Okay.
it.
How has the
I will
band?
translate.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
I'm just tagging in off what on the end of whatever Yo's is saying. I hear him crystal clear, and yeah, I can see everything that's going on, but I can only hear what Yo's has to say.
It's okay. It's okay. Isn't that the case though? You're following him. So, I mean, what better way to continue on with the tradition than following him?
I'm going to
So
set him
please
up
tell
and
me.
he's going to knock him down. We got this, Lisa.
Okay, you got it. Okay. So how has the band changed since you both were in the band?
Yeah, how's the band changed since our time here? It's
Yes.
interesting. There are, I think, for everything that we could note as different, there are
Mhm.
probably an equal number of things that are the same. Um, we're uh,
Yes.
we're getting ready to plan our show for this year, and I won't spoil anything, but one of the central pieces is some orchestration for organ in this year's field show. And I was telling Adam as we
Really?
were, yeah, as I was telling Adam as we were planning during my time here as a drum major of the Golden Rams marching band, Dr. Wells, always on the cutting edge
Mhm.
of things to do. He pulled out this synthesizer, got this long ass extension
Really?
cord, plugged it
What?
in, and we had this organ on the sideline, and people were like, "What are you guys doing?" And for Doc Wells, it
Yes.
was just completely natural. Like, what do you guys want to try? Well, whatever we feel like. And that tradition of
Mm-hmm.
just experimentation and
Mhm.
being on the front lines of trying new things. That's something that we've always done, and like being
Mhm.
able to be part of that from a creative side. As it worked its way through Dr. Villela, my time, and now with Professor Gumbel, I think that that's one of the things that binds us all, in our tradition here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely a well said. And to me, when we look at incomparable, it's the in that we really embrace, and it's a tradition of innovation in the activity. So being willing to do what hasn't been done, or willing to try even what hasn't been done. This past season, we thought it would be really cool. We had never seen this done before, but we thought it'd be really great to start with about 30 brass musicians up in the stands. So we started our program this past year with players up in the crowd, playing in and amongst the crowd to create a really cool antiphonal effects. And it was something that we hadn't seen done before. And we said, you know what? We're the incomparable Golden Rams marching band. We have a tradition of innovation in this activity. And then the other end is just being inspiring, trying to inspire
Mhm.
not just our members. We hope that our members are inspired just by being a part of this tradition, but inspiring
Mhm.
audiences and educators and designers and anyone involved, people who aren't even involved in the activity, just inspiring people who watch us in person and on the internet or wherever they happen to see us, inspiring them to know what this activity could be and inspiring them to be a better them. That's really, and I think that's the tradition that's been going on now for, it's a 50-year thing that's been happening here. So that's something that we're proud to, and lots of things have changed. Yeah, the organ, the the long ass extension cord doesn't need to be quite so long anymore. We've got some technology on our side that we like to embrace as well.
Yes.
We have an incredible staff who's been on our team. We've got faces that have been around for close to 30 years, and we've got faces that are brand new. So engaging in a growth mindset, knowing that in order to stay at the vanguard of the activity, we need to constantly be evolving. That's something that has been embraced for many years, but also leads to new innovations as we move forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Woo, woo.
Quick shout out to Carl Colkin from my years at Westchester. You're tagging in from Georgia. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh wow. All right. Go ahead and shout out Dr. Yost. Go ahead. Adam and Dr. Yost, if you can definitely ask him this question for me. Adam, before you leave and we bring out our next guest, what's your message to students at home during these stay-at-home orders?
The question is, what's your message to students at home during the stay-at-home time?
We miss you. We feel for you. You're part of this family. You're part of the Ram fam. If you're watching this, you're part of our family, and that connection, that
Yes.
relationship, doesn't end when we are not in person. You know, that is something that we believe in strong. Once you're a Ram for life. Whether you're at home, abroad, whatever the case may be, pandemic or not, we want you to know that
Yes.
you're really important to us. That we're going to. This is a temporary thing. We're going to get through this, and together we are golden. We get out on the other side, and we're going to make some really beautiful music together.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Adam. And it's time to bring in another guest. So, Dr. Hughes, you could tell him that part. Okay, here we go. So, thank you so much, Adam. I know he's gone now, but here now, we're going to bring on Dr. John Valella, who was there when I was at Westchester playing my flute and playing the piano. He is Vice President of University Affairs and Chief of Staff at WCU. He graduated from Westchester in 1976 with his bachelor's in music education, and he got his master's from Westchester in 1981. So at this time, we have Dr. Valella. I told you, everyone, this was the band edition. And so you know how we do. Everyone does their part. So welcome, Dr. Valella.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. It's great to be here and great to be part of this great broadcast today. We're really looking forward to the rest of the day.
Yes, yes. So I know you were listening in on some of the questions. So I'm going to ask you. We already know that you're an alum, but what brought you to Westchester?
Well, much like Dr. Yosviak, I think it was I was on my way to be an accountant at Penn State. That was my start. And then
What?
that summer, I did the same thing. I had sort of an epiphany, and actually went down to Tennessee for a year of school at a place called Austin P. I went there because my private teachers' sons went there, and they gave me a pretty good scholarship to go down. And at the end of that year, I decided I needed to go someplace where there was a better tradition, and there was no better place than Westchester University for music education at the time. So I was very happy that I did, and it led to some really great opportunities for me. To have Dr. Wells as a mentor was so important, and for me now to have two students that were in the band with me, Dr. Yosviak and Professor Gumbel, both in leadership roles, and to see them take the reins of this great program and make it even better has been just a complete joy and a tribute to what this incomparable band is all about.
And it makes you feel so proud when you have a legacy. When, again, as I mentioned earlier, you're just doing what you do. You're doing what you love. And to have people follow your footsteps, and not only follow in your footsteps, but impact other students. I mean, that really makes you feel awesome. And it says a lot about you.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's really important. But the best part for me is they do it even better than what we did. So they keep sort of raising the bar every single year. So that's just been incredible to watch. And
Yeah,
wonderful. Well, Dr.
I'll tell you, I don't
Mhm.
mind tagging in on this because, and I probably
Yeah,
speak for Adam too. It's more than a legacy. It's a straight up
yeah.
responsibility, man, because every
Ah,
time you have the privilege of standing in front of that group of musicians, you've you've got a commitment to the tradition of excellence around this place
you
that's
do.
like no other. And being okay is not an
Mhm.
option. It's got to be
That's right.
something really
That's
special.
right.
So embracing that and
That's
having
right.
the ability to bring like hundreds and thousands of other students into this family, and
Hmm.
hopefully being able to share those ideals is probably one of the best parts of the job.
Hmm. And you know what? You said it best, Dr. Yos. My other hat is I am a substitute music teacher.
Hmm.
And so when I go into the schools and I say, I went to Westchester, there is a level of expectation from me. And I meet it because I was properly trained. But they expect so much. Our reputation is, I mean, is outmatched. When you hear that, okay, I'm from Westchester University and I teach music, they know, number one, we were properly trained. Number two, as you mentioned, it is the responsibility to impact and to do what is best for our students. So I definitely thank you both. And Dr. Wells, I know of course, he's not on, but thank you because I had him also when I was at Westchester. Definitely. Dr. Villela, I have another question for you. How has WCU transformed since you were a student here?
Well, the parking is still the same. That's
Oh,
the
yes, it
part that
is.
hasn't changed too much.
Isn't that
But
your
in
job
terms
now?
of the, well, there's an article in the Quad from 1972 that complains about parking on campus. So I know it goes
Wow.
way back. But in terms of the transformation, the university for years and years and years was basically known as a teacher's college. And a large portion of those students were either in physical education and or music education and elementary education. Those were sort of the three big majors for a long time at the university. Since that time, though, this university has transformed itself into an institution, a regional comprehensive university that really is making a great impact in the business world, in the health sciences, in the sciences, and also continuing some of these fine traditions in terms of training teachers themselves. So we have, I think it's over 80 majors right now, and it's probably more than that because I think we have more than 80 majors just in the marching band program. And I think that's been one of the best things I've seen happen is the band itself has transformed from mostly a music and music education program to one that is all comprehensive and involves students from a number of different majors. Obviously, the infrastructure of the university is much different, and we're in the process of
Yes.
building one of the most magnificent buildings that you've ever seen on a college campus. This new Center for Engineering and Commons is going to science and engineering area with the health sciences coming in is going to be spectacular. We can't wait to get that
Wow.
construction completed and get that facility open. It's going to be sort of the next transformational piece for the university itself.
Oh, wow. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Dr. Yost, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Villela. Dr. Yost, would you like to chime in on that question?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the growth is probably one of the most significant things. Like even the opportunities in the School of Music that differ from when I was here. Whether they be performing opportunities, like the opportunities that people like Dr. Villela helped create and establish with how we're able to get the kids out and about, like participating in the Macy's parade. We've had bands in China, in Italy, in Prague, in Austria. And those opportunities, they just didn't exist, at least not for the performing ensembles 30 years ago. But I think that the community of musicians that we're able to establish within the ensembles is special in its own right. And being able to share experiences in other places just kind of takes that to a completely different level.
Wow. Thank you both. Thank you both. So at this time, we're going to do a little change. We're going to change the course of our conversation. It's time to play this or that. You ready?
All right.
All
We're
right.
going to be telling,
Okay, here we go.
telling some stories out of school here.
Okay, here we go. Jake's Bar or the Rat?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, John, you start.
Yeah, let the old guy go first. All right.
That's
I'm going to say the Rat because in my
right.
day, the Philadelphia Eagles were in town, and that's where they would gather every evening, as did we.
I was a Jake's guy because at some point we were able to figure out that you could make it from New Maine to Jake's and back on your break of the evening seminar classes. At least people told me that. So.
Oh, it was just a friend told you that.
Friend told me, yeah.
A friend. Old Maine or New Maine? Dr. Yost, you go first this time.
I'm an Old Maine guy. I think it's one of the most beautiful buildings on campus, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in terms of beauty, Old Main certainly surpasses New Main. New Main was a 1970s disaster.
On that note, Wawa or 7-Eleven? Dr. Valella.
Definitely a Wawa. Certainly prefer their coffee much more than the 7-Elevens.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that this is.
Yes.
I'm not even sure this is a question. It's definitely Wawa. My only 7-Eleven memory is they used to have a special on chili cheese dogs that I can remember from walking up there my freshman year. I think it was like 2 chili cheese dogs for $1, and I can't even be confident it was actually a hot dog. But
No. Next question. Let's see. What is this? Amores or Rigtown? Dr. Yost.
you know what? I'm taking both of these off the table, and I'm going straight up Little Man's Deli.
That's right,
From back in the day, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Valella?
I'm going to go with Morays. It was an easier walk for me than what Rigtown was sometimes. So I went the short route as best as I could. Hey, there, you know what, this list of folks that are online, what a great list. I see people from the 80s, the 90s.
Yeah, about it.
And just great. Thanks everybody for like chiming in and being part of today. This is just great to see and hear people are doing so well.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm going to jump in too, Lisa, if I can, for a little commercial.
That's fine.
It's so great to see so many folks joining us today and former members of the Westchester bands. Man, if you are not already a member of the WCU AA, that's the WCU AA Bands Alumni Chapter, please visit WCUBAA.com and fill out a membership form. We would love to be able to keep in touch with you on a regular basis.
So, Golden Rams out there, you already have your commandment. Go join, because you want to be a part of it. You want to be a part of WCUBAA.com, and especially the ones that were in a music education. Come on now, come on, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
At this time, we have to announce our winner. Our winner is Carl Kulkin.
Carl Kulkin.
Hey.
Carl Kulkin. All righty. So I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much. It is, like I said, it is an honor as a music education chick as I am. I am so honored. I'll play the flute later. I'm inspired. I feel like I want to come out for the band. I still can march now. I can still do it. I know you can hear me, Adam.
We got a spot for you.
I'll have time soon. I can play now. But thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Yost, Dr. Valella, for Dr. Adam Gamble. I'm sorry that you had technical difficulties, but I'm so glad that you joined us. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
again,
Lisa.
Golden Rams.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Yeah, this has been fun. We had a great time. Appreciate it.
When us music majors get together, I mean, really, we have to have fun. So definitely Golden Rams. Go ahead.
Quick shout out to anybody who ever gathered at the Haida House. Miss you guys. Check in.
Dr. Yost.
Just saying.
Wow.